got a song in my head, and it's just popped in my head, and it is, I can't even actually remember who it's by. What's the song? Who's it by? Of, what is it now? Hang on a minute. See anyone is in live chat. Oh, hi. Hi. Who sang the song? Let me see if I can get the tune right. It's just popped in my head. How can we be lovers if we can't be friends? How can we start over if the fighting not over, if the fighting never ends? Who sang that? It's just popped in my head and it's quite convenient for today. How can we be lovers if we can't be friends? How can we start over if the fighting never ends? The war. Oh, that was it. Yeah, Michael Bolton. How stupid. I was thinking, who sang that? Oh, hi. Yeah, I was just making a brew, and that just popped in my head. And that's the bit I remember. How can we be lovers if we can't be friends? How can we start over if the fighting never ends? What was it? How can we make love if we can't make a mess? Or whatever it was. Not listened to Michael Bolton for ages, but that just popped in my head. Yeah. Tonight's chat, I've written it down. And don't know if I'll be able to get this out, you know, it's written down. And I've just been all over the place looking at everything. 17. First of all, I'd like to say, I spoke about Cav earlier on. I think it's supposed to be, is it tomorrow, the vote? Tomorrow, Saturday. Oh, 18 now. Just made me laugh where, oh, it's a glorious day. They were there again, weren't they? Oh, I'll have to do the babe voice now. Oh, the FBI have not got it right. They're not letting everything out. It's the White House's fault. For God's sake. They wanted the FBI, now they've got the FBI, now they're moaning about the FBI, now it's the White House's fault. Oh, it's such a shame. You're going down. Hi, Tapper77. Yeah, so we'll just have to laugh at their crap as usual, the demo craps, because they're just full of crap, let's face it. Hi, because let's face it, innocent before proven guilty, not guilty, because that's what they're trying to do. You know, even if she was telling the truth, which we all know she isn't, weren't the father in the CIA and she's got paid off Soros as well, or no Soros, but, you know, whatever. It's innocent before proven guilty. Hi, so, lunatics, psychopaths. They stand for, what did I say? Lies, deceit, and destroy. That's all they know. Their side of the triangle, lies, deceit, and destroy. Oh, but anyway, that'll soon be coming to head, and we all know what's happening. So brilliant. The more I go around YouTube looking at different things, the more people pop up. Somebody called Chris with a K, who does lots of mandala things and quite spiritual and stuff like that, does great vids on stuff if anyone knows of him, was just talking about what I was going to talk about, or talking about bits I was going to talk about, and somebody else in another live stream in America was also talking about things I was going to talk about today, and I was like, consciousness. I've got ears listening to you, and then and it's just a bit of a mix-up because I don't know how this is going to come out, but it is about spirituality, a bit of the Bible, and nobody take offence to any of it. I'm just saying it's how I see it and how everything gets muddied up, and thrown at us from all different angles because they try to deceive us in every form of, you know, religion. Religion's one of the biggest things. Religion and other stuff. They throw little things in there and don't tell us the truth, like I said. So we don't know the truth, so we don't know where we're going because we don't know where we came from. We're all guilty, even if we are innocent. well, his innocence important in this life because he is innocent, and he's going to be proven innocent, and she'll be proven guilty. When it all comes out. Being twisted from the date, it was, yeah, because I was just watching, well, I've been watching a lot of, what's it called? David, where did I write it down? David, I've wrote it down somewhere. David Wilcock, the one who does a lot of stuff about disclosure of, you know, alien stuff. I'm just checking that my batch is on. Yeah. Just because that is what's interesting me at the minute, along with everything else, but this is just one of them things. That is the one conspiracy we all sort of want to know the truth about as well. Have you seen Angel's recent vid? I paused the vid to write down some websites. No, but I know he's done the JFK Jr. stuff, which is good. And that's why a lot of people argue about stuff, because stuff's put out there and, you know, it's all twisted. Yes, but I'm not talking about God, as in, you know, yeah, but you're innocent till you're proven guilty. You're innocent till you're proven guilty. You're not guilty till you're proven innocent. They've twisted it, you know. People who support that sort of satanic group that they come from do it all twisted the other way around. They've been shouting out guilty before proven innocent. Now, I'm not getting an argument about that because I'm not talking about that. That's just something I was talking about this morning. But we'll see how that goes because we know how that's going to play out. He will be confirmed. So, yes, we all know. So I was writing down today, you know, history is a lie. We've all been taught wrong in every way, especially of who we are, you know, where we sort of come from, what the story is behind all that from years back, from the Big Bang or whatever people want to call it. You know, there was just a Big Bang and apparently, you know, we came into life. Yeah, right. You know, how the universe and us really work and connect. It's been a total lie. Yeah, they're upside down. Yep. We can't move forward and evolve. Like I said, if we don't know where we're going, we can't know where we're going if we don't know where we've come from. Whatever that may be. Because don't forget, no one really knows the truth because everything's been a total lie. The snippets of truth and everything, but it's been twisted and things have been taken out, like I keep saying. It is our right to know. It shouldn't be hidden from the masses, but it has, because it's only been for a select, you know, these select elites or whatever you want to call them, really to have the power to use against us, when really it's all to know the knowledge, because knowledge is power and we should know. But they've kept it from us from many times, and that's why I said with the Jesus thing, you know, when he went to the Alexandria Libraries in Egypt, you know, and where all people were writing about, you know, the ways of the universe, this, that and the other, and you know, all the stuff they were doing there, when the Romans came in and set fire to it, and then them scriptures, you know, had to be hidden away, blah, 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 which probably in the Vatican, like we all say. So I was looking into that, and then there's the Masonic thing, and all these things, you know, of shapes, symbols, signs, numbers, words, hidden language, numerology, geometric shapes, which is quite funny because the guy I was just watching before had the geometric shape that I was just listening to on a chat today by David Wilcock, which was interesting because it was this sort of shape, like a star, you know, when it's got all the points sticking out on every angle you can look at. I can't remember what it was about that now. Energy sort of thing. And, you know, hi, Australia Skies 2. Have you watched it yet? No, I'll have to watch it. I keep forgetting because I'm watching so much stuff. You know, because shapes fit inside shapes, fit inside shapes, fit inside shapes, triangles fit inside circles, circles fit inside, so all that sort of stuff, you know. So when people go on about Masonic stuff as well, it's a bit like Yeah, but there's some of that in there it's not evil. It's people who've been enlightened to know the truth are keeping it from us, so they use it against us. And it is fascinating. Yeah, fascinating scripture that talks about Jesus walked through the doors. Yeah, and there's all this stuff. Like I said, I believe Jesus. I'm not religious, but I believe in a God, God source, whatever, because I believe um, Jesus was a man that knew the truth. He was enlightened to, about what we should all know, and he was trying to set the people free in this knowledge, because knowledge is power and freedom. And they didn't want that, did they? So they crucified him. Yes, 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 yes. So it's a story. It's sort of like repeating itself. People trying to get truth out, and they're shutting people up. Also, David Wilcox. I just came across a video about David Wilcox, Alex Jones versus QAnon. And if anyone follows Q, you'll know Alex Jones was shouted out. Yes, he did wake people up, but you can know stuff and put half truths out there to steer people in the other direction. So people who followed him, even I did, are like, oh yeah, the Q thing, the Q thing. Next minute, he turns round. Oh, Q's not real. He got compromised. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. So then the people who are following him, who haven't got the mind to know really what was going on, are like poo-hooing Q. And that's how it works. So there. And then we've got all this stuff about planets, how they work. Our planets, a bit like the Death Star in Star Wars, because he was talking about that, which is interesting when you look at things on the moon now, like there's supposed to be a face on it and pyramids, and it's all really weird, but do things live inside the moon? Is it? And I'm not saying this is real, people who are in chat who might not have been on my channel before. I'm saying think outside the box. It's fun. We don't know the truth, so we can't definitely say. But a lot of people around the world are talking about similar things, pyramids and this, that, and the other. And all that was interesting. It's just like, I just think it's amazing. And then you've got like, it always goes back to the pyramids. A friend of mine lended me two books. Very interesting. I will find. Yeah, it's just brilliant. I'll show you the book at the end. Truman Show Moon. Yeah, and it's like the pyramids, and energy, and what were they doing there? And then I'm hearing of the Bible bit, the Watchers, the fallen angels. Then you've got the giants. The giants is interesting because ages ago, I was on someone's channel, Jay Dreamers and loads of others that are saying about giants that walk the earth, and obviously that is in the Bible and stuff like that, And Ronald Reagan did shout that out in a speech years back, saying we walk among giants. People call them the fallen ones, the fallen angels that came and mixed with the women of earth and that, and they had these babies and they were supposed to be white skinned, red hair, giants. And then as evolution went on, they sort of shrunk as time went on and became smaller. But there are actually skeletons around the world that have been on display, but they're not allowed to be now because they don't want you to know the truth. But people know this in America as well. There's been femurs found and big giants, and it's like, why do they have to hide everything then? This is what I'm saying. Why does it have to be hidden? Why would you hide something? Why? There was dinosaurs. Everyone can get the head around that. Or were they something else? Why? Or were they what they were covering up with the dinosaurs were actually giants? But then again, if there was dinosaurs, there must have been giants because maybe at that time we were bigger or they were bigger. And then you see on scriptures, on the walls of Egypt, who were supposed to be the gods were bigger and the people were smaller. And they had heads shaped like this. Long, elongated heads. Has anyone seen the skulls of these about? I have. That's who they're saying were the ancient ones, the gods, the ancient ones, the Anunnaki, the reptilians, whatever people want to call it, the fallen ones that came from where? This is where I say, in the Bible it'll say fallen ones because they fell from heaven, but are they actual alien species or something, a different race from the stars? Because to me it's the same thing, because the alien, because they look alien, because obviously they weren't exactly the same, were they? They had elongated heads and everything. In the Bible they lived 700. Yeah, and it's just like, I'm not poo-hooing anything, I'm just saying think outside the box. It's in the Bible, so there's truth in the Bible. There's also things that they turn around and twist around. But why do they want to hide these things from us? There's certain places where you can see these skulls and stuff like that, but why do they want us not to know? Why? Because they don't want us to know, to have the knowledge, to have the power. Dolly, it's our history. I think it's the Museum of Science covers all those giant bones. Yeah, it is our history of the giants and that. And even if the stories were bad, because obviously in the Bible it said that they were eating flesh, they were cannibals. Well, there's still that going on, isn't there, with them satanical cults? So God made the flood, to get rid of these people, sort of thing. All that sort of story. And it's like, yeah, and then he banished them to earth because, but apparently the fallen angels take it out on us through apparently what David Wilcox was saying, which makes sense to me, was they take it out on us through, the materialistic way. They get us through different things of war and stuff like that because they're jealous, because the Bible says we're God's children. They got banished, sort of thing, we didn't want to know, sort of thing. But they do know their powers, or the sort of knowledge of the universe. They do know this and they use it against us, but we should all know this. Yeah, I was saying about asteroids and stuff like that, but what I'm saying is it's just interesting to think outside the box, because we've definitely been lied to. Watching live Senate. Oh, I know, it's bonkers. And it's like, well, why would they lie to us? Same thing goes as the alien disclosure. There's so much of it about, yes, there are people that are talking rubbish, but yes, there are people who are talking sense. Especially with, it's like, yeah, free will. It's like, yeah. I hear a lot about, and also, in Egypt, they had these long heads and then they had these hats on. It was to hide the heads. And then they put wigs on to hide the heads. They wanted to look more human, because obviously they were a bit humanoid looking, but they weren't human. Do you know what I mean? So they were trying to disguise themselves. But you can see these skulls if you go online. You can see them. And they're being found all over the globe, but they're being shunned away. Is that what's under the Vatican as well? It's just bonkers. Sorry, I was just looking at something then. But it's mad, and that's why we need to know the truth, because, like I said with the alien thing, it's like there's truth out there and there's disinformation, but there is truth out there because a lot of people talk about around the world, so there must be some truth in something. They're also in the Vatican. They say they're in the Vatican. That's why there's been a picture with the Queen. I don't know which queen it was actually, looking at the picture, stood next to a photograph of her, stood next to a giant. I'm sure there was one of the Rothschilds. They say they're in Antarctica as well. Is that why all the elites go to Antarctica? Because they believe they're the rightful descendants from these giants. The big giants all died around the same time. They were the gods. Yeah, who built the pyramids? Exactly. All over the globe. Not exactly, because what some people don't know is the pyramids are all over the world. They're even here in England. Some are underground still, and they're in Antarctica. Not just even all aligned with the stars. Are all aligned with Orion, because the three pyramids. The three in Egypt, the big ones next to each other, they line up the first two, and the other one's out, and it's the alignment of Orion. They also say. They also say, were they trying to bring heaven on earth down to earth, because, they knew what was up there. A lot of people back when were not distracted by what we're distracted with today with technology. They didn't have all this. So where did people used to look more? Where we don't really look, well, some people do, where most of us don't look anymore. Where do we not look? We don't look to the skies. Hi. Yeah, there's all that sort of stuff about the planets and that, but I'm not going into all that sort of stuff. I'm just saying, we don't look to the skies anymore. We don't look to the skies anymore. Some do, but a lot of us are distracted. I've just saw David, or underground either. Well, as above, so below, We can't even see the stars exactly. It's always cloudy here. I did see them the other day when the cloud decided to move when I was sat in the garden with the brew, and I actually looked up Always eyes to the skies. Exactly. And David Wilcox was talking about the pineal gland, which is your third eye, which I think in the Bible said it's the beast mark. It's not the beast mark, it's the beast mark when it's not, when it's calcified. And the thing is, oh, it's just Mother Earth. The thing is, like I said before, if you're drinking fluoride water, I've got distilled, with fluoride in, brushing teeth with fluoride toothpaste, white flour that you eat, the foods that we eat as well, pop, I don't really drink pop fizzy drinks, it calcifies your pineal gland. We're supposed to use our pineal gland, but they don't want us to know that either. That's probably why the Illuminati have the eye there as well on the thing, because it's the third eye. Oh yeah, yeah, I could do with a camera. That's why in Egypt they always have, you know, Ra, oh the eye, is a bit like, when you look into it, it's your third eye. And it's to do with sleeping as well, because it's your, you know, when the lights go out, it sets off the secretion of, what's it called, your melatonin, whatever you call it, I can't say it, for sleep time, because as it says in the Bible, where did I write it down? Let me just find it. I be single, your whole body will be full of light, which means when you close these eyes, when you go to sleep, it's this eye that sees. And if you think about it, I don't know how to explain this. Your third eye, when you can see it inside your head, you know, if you go and watch a program that talks about it, it talks about it's sort of hidden in your head. It's like a little eye, and it holds water as well. That's why you've got to be careful with the fluoride, because it'll calcify it. And then it's not as powerful the older you get with the stuff you're eating and drinking. That's why they put shit in our water and food. Is when you imagine something in your mind's eye, because that's what that is, your pineal gland inside is your mind's eye. When you close your eyes, Trump rally tonight, I know, whoop, whoop. I don't think I'll be up, I don't know. Your mind's eye, when you close your eyes, you can picture something. You can see something with your mind's eye. It's your mind's eye. High tap eyes to the skies, yep. And that's what gets on my nerves about disinformation going out, because I'm not being funny. Some people who have religious sites, because I'm not knocking the religious sites, but because they don't know, will put out stuff, and I've seen it, and it is getting on my nerves, but then other people do stuff on the religious stuff as well, because we're sort of arguing a bit on this, because that's what they want us to do, because we don't know the truth is, oh, you shouldn't be doing yoga, because the devil will get inside you. Yeah, all right then. You shouldn't be opening your third eye, because that's very dangerous and the devil will get inside you. You shouldn't be meditating, because that's bad for you. I've meditated. No, it's not. It's what you should be doing, instead of being distracted by the material stuff, and go within, like it says. That passage I've just read out about your eye, that was in the Bible, that says, then your body will be full of light, because people are doing this to give disinformation out. Some people don't know, so they're disinformed, or they don't understand it, or they think it's scary, because it's put out there in certain scriptures, don't do this and don't do that, to scare you from not doing it, because the whole reason is the third eye is inside, it's your pineal gland if you Google it. It's because they don't want you finding the truth out of the knowledge we should know, because knowledge is power and knowledge will set you free. And it's all the power that we should all have and we should all know, but it's only been for those elite and those who work for the elite to know that. So when they throw it out there on Facebook, on you know, on YouTube, in books, oh, I've seen it, oh, don't do this, you know, the devil will come in and all that. He'll come in if you're doing something off negative energy. He's not going to come in because you're doing yoga, and he's not going to, because I've done yoga before. Hello. He's not going to come in because you're meditating, unless you're letting bad thoughts come in. It's all to get you to stop from doing it, and to sort of ascend to what you really are and know the truth about stuff. And it can be scary, I think, because when thought comes in, like some people call it the over selves, the higher self, spirit, you know, the spirit realm. Some people call it aliens. Whatever comes into conversation, some people say, you know, God, whatever the source. It's something communicating, because we all communicate. It's consciousness. We are one. It's consciousness. No fear. Exactly. No fear. Love will conquer evil. Exactly. If you go in fear, you're gonna have a problem. If you go in love, you're not. And that's the word of God anyway, isn't it? Love, basically. If we all loved, we wouldn't have a problem. Oh hi. Oh, hello, Penny. That's how I see it. I'm not saying this is the truth, it's just how I see it, and I see a lot of it about now where there's so much disinformation flying about through religion. Don't do this because it don't do that. Don't do this because it brings that in. And people get scared, but it's not. Hi, it's not. I mean, I think it's true in my reality of what I'm seeing. I'm not saying you have to believe it, and I'm not putting any religion down or anything. I'm just saying they chuck stuff out there to make you scared. So say you know are really into the Bible and this that and they've read it, and someone said, oh, you know, don't do yoga because it does this, and oh, new age stuff, and it's because they do go on about new age stuff. Oh, new age stuff, yeah. Well, it's the thing is that I see the hippie days as I watched something the other day and I thought that's a bit of disinformation, that about the 60s, you know, when it was all love and all that, and they were experimenting with drugs, but I mean the natural ones, DMT, but they tried to make a synthetic one, so maybe it did make you go a bit loopy, but they were all being, you know, of love and all that, and that revolution, I believe, then could have tipped and could have really helped us, but then they got hold of it again, didn't they? And then I saw something the other day saying, I will jump into chat in a minute, oh, you know, the new age stuff, you know, it's a way of, you know, sort of bringing demons in there, whatever you want to say. And I thought, yes, they will try and get in at every opportunity, like the Masons, whatever, because there's not all bad Masons. They're the bad ones are right at the top. They will go in the news. That them people working on the low energy will go in every fraction of everything. So they'll go into corporations, we know this, they'll go into the government, they'll go into the military, they'll go into the police. It's not all them people in those corporations, it's some people. So they try and get people. So they'll go into like the spiritual, the hippies, they'll go into that. Yeah, the hippies were targeted by deep state. Exactly, because they were free thinking and did think of love. They didn't want that happening and that spreading all over the world. Oh my God, but there's still a lot of us that think that way. So they had to get in there and sort of put stuff out and say, oh, this is evil and this is bringing that out. And, you know, there's certain things in the Christian beliefs and other beliefs, they will put things in there to keep you dumbed down thinking it's something else when it's not, and to keep you in fear so you don't go and try and look for quantum physics is real. Yeah, you won't sort of go and look for those things because you're in fear it's scary or it's going to provoke the devil or something or whatever like that. When they go on about alchemy and stuff like that, it's not scary. Oh yeah, it's part of the masonry. Yeah, because they know how the universe works. So they put stuff out there to say it's scary and don't do this and it's witchcraft. We're all magical, I think, in our own eyes if we knew the truth. It's because they don't want people. I don't mean the bad side of it, because like I said, there's a darker cult and a light one. That's the way I see it. It's good or bad. It's good or evil. So Jimi Hendrix was a Palladian starseed. Yeah. I'll talk about that in a minute. That picture I was just thinking today was really weird. That picture that I painted. Hi. Is your painting is. They put it all out there to keep you in fear. They put it all out there for us not to know. So some of the things that they say are scary. It's not because of that. It's because I see it as if there's a darker cult, there's a lighter cult. There's always good fighting bad. So they put stuff out there to keep you in fear so you won't go and like meditate and try and find out, you know, the laws of the universe and how we all work and this, that, because they don't want you to know that. But the thing is, we're all finding out about it and there's things leaking out everywhere and we're all beginning to, mostly it's about thinking and researching and sort of thinking different to what we've been told and finding the truth and looking at different aspects and opinions now to think, actually, yeah, this makes sense. Like I was saying this morning, it makes more sense to me now what I'm finding about than it did at school with history and everything. I thought history was boring. Now I realise I know why history was boring, because most of it was a lie. There is truths in it, but most of it's a lie and it's been twisted for their agenda and to keep us dumbed down. So no wonder I was bored at school with stuff like history and that. Vote is tomorrow, I know, whoop whoop. And also this picture is actually, I looked at it and thought, oh my God, occult just means hidden knowledge. Exactly. We all should have the hidden knowledge, but they keep us away from it and say it's something else and it's evil and this, that and the other because they don't want you to know. But this picture, if you can see it, I painted it, still not finished it yet, is a woman. I always do like sort of women's faces spiritually thingy, whatever, with blue hair. She's got a feather in her hair and she's got a little earring in with a heart on it. Today I was like, oh my God, hi Dad, maybe, because I didn't tell you this, Dad, maybe I've been tuning into something, because I was watching something about the alien thing again, you know, the conspiracy, and it was about the Aryans. Is it the Aryans? And they were supposed to be blue, and that sort of goes back to Egypt again with the, oh, I don't know what his name was, the guy with the bird head. We are all our own keepers of truth seekers, yeah, and they're supposed to be bird-like, so, and blue, and I thought, oh, that's really weird, because that picture, I don't know why I painted her hair blue, and she's got a feather in her hair, and they were supposed to be alright, and she's got a little love heart earring, so maybe I was tuning in, yeah, the avians, and then I think of like Avatar, because they were blue, and they flew on them big dragony things, didn't they? But my favourite colour is blue. Yeah, and I just thought today, oh my God, yeah, she's got blue hair. Maybe she's a Pleiadian, I don't know. And she's got a feather in her hair, it's a bit of like a symbol of a bird, you know, and I thought, oh, that's really weird. But I just think it's amazing. I just think I'm beginning, you know, I just think the universe is a great place. We know about all the horrible stuff, but coming away from that, the universe is just amazing. But we need to know the truth. I'm onto something. What, I'm onto something? Which way am I onto something? But yeah, I was just amazed by my own picture, thinking, oh my God, what if I was painting from intuition of a Aryan? Because thought can come in from places. But yeah, I'm just, I don't know. Oh, the draconian energy? What you mean as they go on about the Anunnaki or the reptilians or whatever, or the Rothschilds and all that lot? Well, that's what I mean. There's so many different things. Oh, they're all bad. I don't believe they're all bad. You know, the demonic, is that because what the Bible says? But then again, like I said, they could just be aliens. They look alien to us, so they would look, years back, they would look pretty scary to some people. Yeah, that's what I mean. Thought I do free think. I just watch a lot of stuff and then start thinking, oh, yeah, actually, it makes sense. I'm not necessarily believing, you know, what we've always been told, because as we know, it's not particularly all right, is it? And I remember the old Dick Tracy cartoons. The alien had blue skin and white hair. That's what I mean when you look at films, because they say they put it out. I've just found out as well. Yeah, green energy. Batman versus Superman. I've not seen it. David, what's his face? Wilcox was saying they put the symbols out in films, don't they? And he put in, which I thought was quite interesting when you think about it. Batman versus Superman's supposed to be Lucifer. Lucifer's supposed to be both of them. And if you think about it, well, Batman, horns on his head, you know, bat, but oh yeah, the chakras, yeah. Well, energies, the lower energies, you know, I think people who are sort of not very good come from the low energy chakras, your root chakras. You've got to ascend up to the top, work up your chakras. Some people don't need to work up the chakras because they're already there, but a lot of people dwell in the root chakras. I did do a chat on that. And he said, just to put it out there, Superman and Batman are supposed to be the same, but they put it out there because then you're sort of, I don't mean you're worshipping, because I like Marvel cartoons and all that sort of stuff. So you're like, yeah, good always wins, good always wins. Apparently, guess who the Christ symbol was supposed to be in that film? Because if Batman and Superman were Lucifer, just see if anyone can guess who was supposed to be Christ. And remember, they always put things back to front, upside down and twisted. So can anyone guess, just for a bit of fun, who was actually Christ? Avatar the movie is our pre-flood silicone history. Yeah, I do think that, and that's why I think when I watched Avatar, I loved the film and something resonated, especially with the trees and going back into the earth and the root system, and everything connects, because everything does connect. The mountains and all that, I suppose we're supposed to be standing on giants, aren't we? Yeah, and I heard about the Native Americans, yeah, and all that. It's just so interesting. I could go on. Yeah, Lex Luthor is supposed to be Christ, because I haven't seen the film, but he did cut his hand, you know, simplifying the, you know, when he got nailed on the cross. But people think, oh, he was Lex Luthor in Batman versus Superman, David was saying, because they twist everything round. So when we're all like, yeah, I love Superman, and because if you think about it, Superman came from above, he fell, fallen angel. Apparently, in that film, I haven't seen it, Batman fell down a well when he was younger, got levitated by the bats. Man rising. So, hi. So, if you think of it like that, they put it out in films. So, really, the goodies are like the baddies. So, and I'll tell you another film where that's happened. Lex Luthor was Christ. I actually do, because he did a thing on Q and Alex Jones versus Alex Jones, and he actually said something about of what he can see. Q is real, as we know. Yeah, QAnon is a guy, I love it. Yeah, and he said that Alex Jones is all right. He's put truth out there, but he's trying to take you to somewhere else, as we know, as he got called out. So I do believe him, actually. But like I said, there's deceit in all stuff, but I do believe in a lot of things they say. I love it anyway. And another film that has that in it was, you know, they're going about Skyfall, Q, and they said, if anyone knows, they said, was it Julian Assange was supposed to be, the character of Julian Assange in Skyfall apparently was one of the guys that James Bond went to assassinate, because we all look at James Bond as the good person. But then if it's twisted, he obviously isn't. He was going for Julian Assange. I don't know who. Does anyone know? If anyone's heard of that, do you know who Julian Assange was supposed to be? I can't remember that film, Skyfall, so I don't know who it was supposed to be. But they twist everything, you see. So how do we know where we're going if we don't know where we're coming from? What was that, Dad? What were you saying? Favourite colour? But I'm just saying, you know, things make sense to me. Especially about the shapes and what's it called? Geometric shapes that are out in the universe. I mean, this one, I can't remember what David said about this one. The big energy thing out there. Is loads of pyramids on pyramids makes a big geometric star that pulsates and all that. It's funny that the Illuminati use triangle, you know. It's not necessarily bad, the stuff they use, it's how they use it. Superman in a cave of ice, where are the fallen angels? Exactly. And they go on about Superman. I've said this before. Superman clicks. Superman, Antarctica. They go on about crystals, and crystals hold information. What did Superman went to? Well, it looked like Antarctica, didn't he? When he went to the, what was it called? The kryptonite thing. When he threw the crystal. And he went down there and to speak to his father, who had died or whatever, but kept information in the crystals that they slotted into the that thing. And then his father started talking to him and his mother. And then they go on about the Cosophagus, can't say it. They say it was like a glass case. Well, he got in one of them, didn't he? And they said they'd lie in there and they could like come back in time or sleep. That might have been, say, 10 years here, but it's been thousands of years. He actually went into one of them in the film. Look at crystals under a microscopic. The shapes are universal. Yeah, crystals. They say they hold energy, or they have, you know, they're from, you know, they have consciousness, basically. Everything has consciousness. It's bonkers, but it's really, really interesting. The Fortress of Solitude. Yeah, and it's mad. And then I said about Trump having the, what was it, Superman belt buckle thing in Trump Tower that I saw on a documentary, which I just thought was hilarious. But when you think of films like that and you look at them with a different light, or maybe 3 eyes instead of 2, you actually see something completely different. And it's like, oh yeah, Defenders of the Galaxy. Oh yeah. Like the 13 crystal, yeah, and the crystal skulls. What's all that about? They say years back, were the gods, the giants, silicone, was it the crystal? They were a bit shiny, what? Because the crystal, and maybe as evolution went on, we got smaller, and things got different. Obviously, why did the satellites fall while travelling over Antarctica recently? Did they? Well, the stories I've heard is they know it's their time is up, that there's disclosure gonna come. Anyone watch? Yeah, the Crystal Maze, exactly. I did, yeah. Crystals are in the desert spanning under. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because crystals are under the earth. Some people say that crystals are part of the gods, their bodies, because giants, we're walking among giants, walking among giants. The land's made up of giants, like dead giants from the floods. Petrified, is it called petrified? Petrified giants. Some of the stuff out there is just mad. 6 satellites were turned off on the dark side. Was that to do with the sun observatories and all that stuff going on? See, David Wilcox, I actually believe, I don't care what people say, they'll put stuff out there. Like he said, they'll leak something in the paper, and then someone will ring up the government and say, "Oh, is this real?" And they'll go, "No, we didn't put it out," but they have, because they want to put. To me, in my mind, they want to put some stuff out there so people be talking about this, that, and the other, aliens, whatever, and then they'll say it's not true because they want to get it in your head. So when all this does come out in the end, you're getting prepared for it. It's a bit like the JFK Jr. thing and QAnon, isn't it? We're getting prepared for it. They've been putting it out a little bit, trickling out. So you'll get prepared for it. So it won't be as a massive shock to some of us anyway. Those who are really asleep, it's going to be a big shock for them. What else can we do but continually push off from the edges of consciousness into something we have not yet become? Exactly, Dad, because we haven't become that consciousness altogether because we've been told lies. And isn't it just wonderful that to go into something we've not yet become, to just push off from the edges and think in a different way to how we've been taught. Remember the Q post that said the spy sats were taken off? That's to know communications as well, but does it actually mean communications? I know about China and all that, but to other things as well. Partial disclosure. Yeah, they say partial disclosure, but I think partial disclosure is just going to turn into proper disclosure because people are waking up. That they will. These elites, these entities, whatever, they will all end up going in the end, or whatever's going to happen, because once the consciousness is awake globally, which is happening, it's been happening for a long time. It's like I said, you can't fool people that can see. So they won't be able to play the games and all this stuff because once we know, it's like, well, we know, you can't fool us anymore. You've done a really good job, but now we know. But yeah, I just think it's amazing, and it's actually more like just exciting than normal life, really, because obviously they've made it mundane and boring, haven't they? Because can you imagine if the consciousness wakes up globally, it's giving people hope and being more excited that we're not the only ones here. There's more exciting things going on in the universe. Like what are all these new things we can do? So it's just Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The 7 satellites or something. But I also think the satellites and stuff like that. It's saying no communications to the spies. Like China and all this sort of stuff. But also I also think is the 2 sides to it as well, or more sides to it, as in communications to somewhere else. You know what I mean? And that sort of stuff. Disclosure of the elites, but also disclosure of something else. But that's how I think, because I don't believe we're the only ones here anyway. Do you know what I mean? So I think the deep state will release sleeper cells to kill people in malls across it. Yeah, maybe. But it does say in QAnon they've got everything and they know everything and they see everything. So maybe everything is everything. Yeah, magic, magnetic, magic. Yeah, everything's magic. We are magic, but we're kept from it. Well, I also think if we work on frequency, light and sound and all that sort of stuff, if they've been pumping out stuff in the wrong frequencies and waves that you can't hear, remember, to our human ear and stuff like that, maybe there's something pumping out that, say G5, everyone goes about G5, maybe they can pump something out that will wipe all that out from people who've been affected by MK Ultra or something that will affect sleeper cells or something like that. But I also believe the sleeper cells of people who wake up who are good, because I also have that belief. I'm not saying this is real, I just said that's how I see it, and a lot of other people see it. There's star seeds that are planted about, and they wake up, and also that we were here. If we do come back reincarnated, and we come back for a reason, like we made a pact to sort of come back and remember what we are. We don't always, because we get distracted by all the stuff we get distracted by, but I do believe more people have woken up. And some people had to wake up at a certain time they didn't know before, and they start getting all these messages and stuff like that, or feelings, synchronicity. I had synchronicity this year and stuff like that. And then the awakening starts, and then other people start waking up, and that's the same thing as Q as well, the Great Awakening. But the Great Awakening to me means more than what we think the Great Awakening is. Yeah, they say like a video game, like a Matrix, like a what you call it. Yeah, there's all that, but remember, there's disinformation and information. It's all mixed up into one. But I just say thank you. I just say just believe in sort of snippets of everything. So if something does come out, at least you'll sort of heard it, if you know what I mean. But who knows? We've been told lies from the day dot. So, you know, I just find it very, very interesting. I'm just looking if I wrote anything else down. But like I said, Ronald Reagan did say we walk amongst giants, and there's this stuff out there. And like I said, why would they hide it from us? Why? Low frequency energy waves bathing the earth to keep us dumbed down. Yes, I do believe that. I do believe that. I believe there's energy waves pumping out to us. That's why they have certain stuff on our phones, certain music, the music industry pumping out in the hertz that it's not really supposed to be, and it's only a slight difference. I think we should be listening to 432. I listen to a lot of meditation in that, and it's beautiful. And you can listen to the one that is played in and listen to the right one, and you can tell the difference because you feel it. So if something's pumped out, in the wrong hertz to us, music or waves that we feel but we can't hear, sort of you don't see it, it's affecting us. And that's a bit like the 5G thing, you know, that they're going on about. But I guess they could turn that around if they wanted to, you know, because they're taking over the systems that were going to be used for evil. But that's what they've always been doing. It's dumbing us down. It's keeping people depressed and, you know, wanting you to go on medications and stuff like that, because they don't want you to heal yourself and look within yourself and use your third eye, use your pineal gland, and close your eyes and use that third eye, because it is an eye inside, to fill your body with light and work through your chakras and stuff like that. But people will go, oh, the chakras are evil. Oh, don't do that, because no, they're not. They just say that because they don't want you to learn the truth, people. So yes, you know, have you ever heard anything so stupid? Oh, yoga's bad for you. Not stretching. Okay, I've done yoga. It's really good. It pulls out all them knots and stiffness and everything. Keeps you supple like you should be. Like I said, when I started drinking distilled water, this hand went better. It was starting to go a bit, you know, like what I assume like arthritis to be. And I thought, that's funny, because the amount of dirt that I find in my distiller is disgusting every time you fill it with water. So it's like dirt. So obviously it must be getting in your joints. And if that to me is like arthritis, it's making all you, it's like seizing you up. It's like petrifying you from the inside. Turmeric powder is cheap and helps a bit. Yeah, like turmeric powder is lovely in warm milk. But you shouldn't have too much milk either. But warm milk, it's quite nice. With a bit of honey in it. Yeah. Hi. Didn't say I believe it's that what's out there. But it's like I say with the what they're always trying to go on about, you know, going against Christian values and all that. Hi, like I said, I'm not religious, but I believe there's a God source creator out there. I don't believe we just came from a big bang like they like to say. We just came from nothing. Or the way, whatever they say we came from. No, I don't believe that. Apple cider vinaigrette. Yeah, my dad has that. Yeah, my dad has that. I need to get some actually. Yoda helps the Kundalini to rise, and they don't want us to. Exactly. Do you know what? Me and my sister. Me and my sister went to a spiritual event in summer, and we walked past this you know, there's all the like hippy dippy, you know, like spiritual people there. Great Awakening, you've been lied to all your life, yeah. And me and my sister walked past this guy, because my sister's like me anyway, you know, she'll believe in, she's on the Q thing, she don't follow it, but she now believes when I tell her. And there's this guy sat on the floor, and it was a Kundalini stall thing, they were giving leaflets out on it. Oh, 17 likes, it's Q, Q's here, Q's in the house. This guy sat on the floor doing it, and we walked past him. We didn't notice at first, and we both went, whoa. We looked at each other and went, and then we looked at him and she went, can you feel the energy? And I went, yeah, it was really strong. And he was just sat with his eyes closed, meditating, and you should have felt the energy. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's all, you know, praying all, it's all good energy. And has anyone seen their energy around your body yet? Because you can see it if you focus on it. If anyone's heard of self-seeing prophecies, if I've said that right, the best place I can see it in, and all this sounds mad, if you have a shower and it's steamy, look at your hands, put them together like this, and you can see glowing, and you can see like energy. Also, anyway, when you do that, and you can do it right now, and you just do that, you can feel that energy on your fingertips. You can feel that energy on your fingertips, because we are all made of energy. But you can see, I can see it around my hands. I know people who are not just asleep but in a coma. Yeah, that's your wife, Dad. Or as we say in multicultural Britain, coma. Yeah, we do. Yeah, people are in comas, actually, they are. Water is energy conductor. Yes, it is, and that's why I'm going to do the Dr. Emoto experiment on Sunday. Yes, and that's why they say in your pineal gland, I didn't actually know this, it holds water as well. Yeah. It's not to do with star seeds walking on water. You have water inside you. You've got to, you know, doesn't matter about all that. We're just thinking different. Mind you, if you can't use your power because it's been dumbed down, who knows what we can do? You're supposed to be able to levitate and stuff, you know, but if you're not using the right power, how do we know? Yep, vibrations. Yeah, it's hard when people are not awake. Kinetic energy, yeah. Mm. Yeah, exactly. If we knew our full potential, that's the whole point of what I'm trying to say is they take our full potential away and hide it. It's like I said the other day. This is, well, I am Anon here. Do you want to jump into chat and tell everybody why you're so awake as well? Would you like to put some facts out there of what you think, seeing as, you know, if you want to? You don't know about other things, I think, so, you know, it's just a bit of a mixture I'm talking about. So you can put your facts on here if you want, so we can all read what you think. This is us. Like I said, we need the cap to put on the top. Spirituality and the physical need to be into one. No, I don't know what you think. You can put it in chat if you want. I am Anon. We're all Anons. But that's the whole point of me trying to get out on here is we have been lied to. And if everyone knew the full potential, there'd be a lot of, you know, things, magic. You know, using your third eye to manifest stuff and bring your reality in. I know everything's magic. That's why people go on about, like I said the other day, oh, witches and that. Yeah, there are the good and bad because we're all magic. We all have the potential to use your energy to manipulate things and bring things into reality. This, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of people aren't taught this because they don't want the masses to know. Oh, yeah, Luciferian, yeah. And all those know the enlightened ones like Luciferians because they know, but they use it for different means. They still use them like old traditional things that they brought in, the satanical stuff, which is disgusting. You know, don't need to use that sort of stuff. They don't do things out of love. You're just holding a high vibration. They don't, people coming from lower vibrations don't like it. It's done to everything. Most things are done to keep you in fear. I'm not afraid, or I wouldn't be talking about the stuff I'm talking about. I wouldn't do bits of meditation and stuff and be trying to look around stuff if I was scared of researching stuff. Because if it's what we all are and we're all from one, then it can't be really scary, can it? I don't know what you're going on about. Put it in clearer sentence. Oh, you get him in here. You do know you do have to know the darkness to see the light, because that's why they say sometimes we need to see suffering in the world, because that's what wakes you up to know what you don't want. But they say there is that age old of sort of, you know, this stuff sort of repeats itself. Good always wins in the end anyway. Love always wins. Well, don't talk in riddles then and put it out. Yeah, levitation. I've seen that with yeah, after Lucifer's gone to prison. Levitation, who did that on a board with the vibrations and this, that, and the other? But they hide all this stuff from us because they don't want us to reach our potential. You know, I'm not saying I know everything, and I'm not saying don't believe it or don't believe it. I said I'm researching and I do other stuff that I know about in nature, and that makes sense anyway. As we all are from one, and everything holds energy, and everything is energy. So, you know, free energy out there as well. Yeah, nothing new under the sun. We've just been taught wrong. If you've been taught wrong and there's been a few spanners and cogs put into the works, and then you're hitting a wall because it's not working because you've been lied to. Don't talk in riddles, just put it out there. What, come to Lucifer? I don't think so. Yeah, there's always dark and light, and there always will be. So which side you choose to stand on. Oh my God, that will they do in Britain when they realise Coronation Street in Emmerdale is not real. I know, that's the thing, because people think like the actors in it are real, you know, like that's how they are in real life and all. Oh God, that's why I can't watch telly anymore. Yeah, you can speak to plants and that because they're all energy. We all work off the same thing. It's that energy, you know. We're all connected. Well, if you explained yourself a little bit, you might understand what you're talking about. All the news, yes. That's why I said I'll do the Dr. Emoto experiment on Sunday, show you what I do, and then I'll do it for a week and we'll watch what happens. They'll go to EastEnders. Oh my God, that is so depressing. See what I mean? If you might not know in America, but these TV programs, yeah, DMT. No, I haven't, but DMT's in everything. It's in plants and everything. We all hold that DMT. The what do you call it over here? The programs they have on TV. They're quite depressing. It's always someone who's murdering someone or this, that, and the other. Emmerdale. I saw an advert for him the other day. I don't watch TV, but I did have the news on the other day just to have a little look at what's going on with Boris Johnson and stuff. And it was something for Emmerdale where they were doing what's coming up. I don't know what's been going on in it. She's got a red hood on in a red cloak with a mask on. And they're all in black and white symbology. And they're falling down, and she's going, they all fall down. I thought, oh my God. They throw it out there on the Luciferian TV, don't they? Yeah. Did you see it? That's what I mean when you see things and you're just like, oh my God, red and black and white. I was like, Masonic, and I was just like, just made me laugh. But nowadays they all seem to be merging each other in Emmerdale or EastEnders. It's like depressing. What are people watching it for? How symbolic was that? Exactly. When you start, I just put the TV. Even today, my son's watching a cartoon, and it was about. Do you remember the Clangers? Little mice on the moon or a planet, and they live inside the planet. And I was thinking, this was today. No way. Things connect. I was watching David Wilcox talk about maybe planets that some people have, in nursery rhymes as well, have, entities or whatever you want to call them, that live inside the planet. And it's a planet within inside the planet. And I'm thinking, the Clangers lived inside the planet. They went down the little holes inside the planet. It was like a planet inside the planet, like that film. What was it called? Inner Earth, or what's that one where they go down in Earth and there's all different things in there, animals and trees and plants, whatever that film was. Journey to Middle Earth, or I don't know, whatever it was. And I'm just thinking, and then I'm watching cartoons, the Clangers, and then I'm watching cartoons and it's all these space things with aliens in, and they're talking about the thing that I've been watching, and I'm like, what? But it's in a cartoon, so you just think, oh well, it's just a kid's cartoon. But it's everywhere. Nursery rhymes, TV, your kids' cartoons, everything. Yeah. The symbolism is enchanted in, exactly. It's in films, cartoons, Netflix, everything. Because that's the way it's got in. If you think about it, if you want to put it in terms of Lucifer or the devil or whatever, fallen angel, what was he an angel of? I don't really know the Bible that well. What was he an angel of? Buttermoon, yeah. I love Buttermoon, been to Buttermoon, followed Mr. Spoon, Buttermoon. Oh, Dragon Soup, yeah. Oh yeah, Dragon Engine, all that stuff. Angel of Light and Music. Angel of Light and Music. Music. Lights. That makes me think of like music industry, the entertainment industry, like TV, film, music. Flashy lights they have out everywhere that can affect you because they're affected by light, sound and energy and frequency. So isn't that funny? Yeah, Antarctica. Yeah, they say the Nephilim or whatever you call it, fallen angels. But this is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what you believe. If you're really into the Bible or you're not, blah, blah, but you believe little bits of whatever, the alien conspiracy, whatever it is, because I see aliens as entities, or people say demons, or are they just aliens because they look alien to us? What the whole point of this is we've not been told the truth. So we can all argue about or have opinions about different things because we're not told the truth. If we all knew, because this is what a lot of people said in the conspiracy realms, is if we knew the truth on all that sort of stuff properly, even if it was aliens, whatever it is, I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's all true, I'm saying it's true, it's just whatever, we're not told the truth, is, I've heard stories, they didn't want to put it all out because they didn't want the masses, us, to have a meltdown, because we would. But is that because we'd see the truth and they wouldn't be able to manipulate us in the banking systems and stuff like that because we'd see the truth and it would all break down? Hey there, my little milkmaid. Oh yeah, yes, I'm a milkmaid today. I was somebody else the other day when I had my hair in a bun with my curls down. Someone out of like, what's that program on TV? The old-fashioned, what's it called when you have your hair in a bun? The with the big dresses, Downton Abbey or something. The other day, the word of God was the most important thing. Love, compassion, empathy. That was the whole truth out of everything, of anything anyway. Yeah, Victorian. Yeah. So it's just interesting. You can't say to people, no, that's not right, no, this is not right, because we have been told the lies. History is a lie, basically, with truths in it. You look like two Polish... Oh, do I? Oh, what would be singing? Oh, what's that song? The hills are alive with the sound of music. Is that why that song was that actually? The hills are alive with the sound of music. Stars and planets run off sound, energy. they all move and dance, and apparently stars sing as well. You know, we can't hear it, but they sing. They sing, people. People are going to think that's mad as well. I will. And I'll probably be laughing. Yeah, that's what I mean. The two truths, human hidden truth, but the one hardest to explain is the spiritual truth. Exactly, because they're hiding it from a reason, aren't they? To me, they are hiding the God source of whatever that source takes form. Like I said, I don't believe it's a man sat on a cloud with a big white beard, put it that way. There's my dad. Universe, one song. Exactly, Dad. Universe, it's universal. It's one song. We are from one. It's one song. It's one energy. It's one frequency. You know? Yep. If anyone gets that. But I'm not saying this is true for anyone to believe. It's just what I think in my head. Yep. Yeah. But, like I said, it's good to think outside the box. You can still believe in what you believe, but it's nice to look into other things. Hi. You know, because I believe a lot of disclosures coming out about a lot of stuff. And, yeah, and the thing is, you've got to unite with it anyway. You know. Because people, if you're hi, Mile High Podcast, hi. If you're Christian and really into the Bible and everything, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you found out God wasn't, I don't know how to say this. I don't know what people are thinking about. Do you think it's a man on a cloud? Like, if you found out there was a God, but God was like a light, you know, it looked like light, energy, like, would you be like sad? Or would you be like, it's still God, you know, the creator, but in a different sort of sense to what we've been told? Would it still, you know, soul energy? I'm not saying it looks like a body, you know, like you see a picture of Jesus, because that's the fleshy, the physical. I'm talking about when you ascend into the spiritual. I think it's just totally different. So something, that's when I say alien, could look alien because it looks different to us, because it's not physical, it's spiritual, it's gone, it's ascended into, you know, other realms. Would people be, yeah, it's Angel. Well, like Angel is doing the JFK Jr. Whoop whoop. Can't wait, Angel. I can't wait. I'm just so excited. And I just can't hide it. No, 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 no. I believe in angels, something good in everything. Yeah, even if they don't look the same and maybe the light beings or whatever, people perceive them as angels because that's what's in the Bible. That's the word that's given. But maybe there's, like I said, the picture of the Aryans. Maybe that's like, you know, I don't know. All the truth coming out is leading us to the main truth. Exactly. And that's all we want to know. You've got people like Angel who's on here off the Mile High podcast, Kellyanne Hub News, loads of people doing like spiritual stuff, not spiritual stuff. Even people I follow in the UK are doing stuff on stuff that's happening here. All over the globe, everyone's doing different stuff, depending on what stuff you love. But at the end of the day, yeah, check out Mile High Podcast. Is all we all want to know at the end of the day, believe it or not, whatever you believe, what people are saying is, we just want to know the truth, basically. Thank you. And the big, like I keep saying, Angels on the JFK Jr. thing. The biggest thing about JFK Jr. is it's going to unite America. There's a Trump rally tonight, Angel. I don't know if it was at the last one, but Q did a Q. I keep saying Q. Trump did a Q at the last one, at the end. Seen JFK Jr. in Las Vegas. Oh my God, that was brilliant. The Organ Nation. I saw the guy everyone was saying was Louis or whatever his name is, but the guy, the security guy with the bald head, when Big Mike got out of the car, when apparently Trump and Melania had given them a Tiffany box, which supposedly some people think there was thank you, was a picture of JFK Jr. in the silver frame picture. She got out of the car, looked at him, and actually said, "It's you," and it looked like a rubbery mask. Now, the reason why people can't get their head around his in disguises, I saw a magic show the other day on TV. I don't know what it was UK, and I just saw it on YouTube. And I got this guy on stage, and they were doing a magical, you know, thing on TV. And it was a black man with glasses on, and everyone was like, oh, and then all of a sudden, he took his arms off, and he took his mask off, and he was white, but he really did look real. So, of course, they can use prosthetics. At the Las Vegas, he had something on his nose. He wanted to be an actor. They can do all this stuff. You know, they do it in films anyway. You know what I mean? He wanted to be an actor. He knew what he was doing. No, I don't mean he was too tall. No, it's not that. The guy with the bald head, the one who says has the gun hand, he is really tall. But the one, if you look at the one that I think Kellyanne Hub News did, I don't know if Danger did it. When he got out the car, was smaller. Because what I'm saying, if it was JFK Jr., aka pretending to be him, like he was pretending to be Fusker, like there was two Fuskers, he would have disappeared after that. So when people have been like, who do you mean JFK Jr.? Oh, the guy with the bald head. They'd have looked at him and it wouldn't have been him. It'd have been the real big guy with the bald head, if you know what I mean. He's playing a part just for that time when she got out the car. That's how I think. But we've seen him. The best one recently was the one where he got his fedora hat on again, and oh my god, it's just great. It's just great. Yeah, the shorter one. If you go on, I think it was on Kellyanne Hub News. She got that snippet. He was smaller. He didn't look the same as that big guy. But that's where she wouldn't have noticed at first, and then she turned around and went, it's you. And you saw her say, it's you. So he's just trolling the news. He's trolling the news. He's trolling the media, just like Trump's trolling the media. It's brilliant. We all know there is evil. We all have seen plenty of it. We have it rammed down our throats. Exactly. And that's another thing I think is when you watch a lot of films, it's always there's evil. You know, the alien films are all evil. They're all evil. They're all evil. Get it in your head. They're all evil. If they come, they come. They're evil. They're evil. They're not all evil. It's like I said, people aren't all evil. Humans are probably the baddest people, actually. If we're going to talk about aliens, and we're going to talk about different races of aliens, guess who? I mean, don't forget we're aliens, because we're aliens to them, because we look aliens, we look different. But we're the worst ones. I don't mean us. What start wars off? What kill people? People kill people. I don't mean all of us, because the ones with the moral compass are good people. You know, word of God. You know, love thy neighbour and don't do to others that you wouldn't do to yourself. But the psychopaths aren't. So they probably look at us thinking, you don't really want to go there because they always try and, you know, shoot you out of the sky, this, that and the other. We're probably one of the baddest ones out there. Do you know what I mean? And if there's bad people, then there's bad of them. If there's good people, there's good of them. So, and that's how the world works. Anyway, there's negative and positive energies. People dwelling in the lower chakras, in the root chakras, need to rise up out of that. They need to start trying to come to love, which Kanye West keeps saying. And it's so true. And you don't have to be the way you've been programmed to be. It's very hard. I can have bad days. I can raise my voice at my kids. It's very, very hard. No one said it was easy. Things are put there. Your kids can get on your nerves. Things can annoy you. Stuff can happen. Like I said, we don't just flatline through our life like this because, it would be really boring if everything went great all the time. We do have little bumps, and they're to wake you up and to make you see, you know, and get over your fears. That's why they're put there, to make you get over your fears, to realise there's nothing to be fearful of. At the end of the day, it's all in your head, and if you have a positive mindset, it is a lot easier. It's hard to be in a positive mindset all the time, but you've just got to pick yourself up and get back on it. Pick yourself up and get back on it. Trump has a positive mindset. That's why he's got where he is. That's why he's had the things he's had, because that is how he is. And he says it's like it is. He doesn't pussyfoot around it. Mankind needs to take time out and start to respect Mother Earth. Exactly. It definitely needs to respect Mother Earth. That's what this tattoo's for, because that's another thing. When I think of Eden, I now think of Earth. Eden. Maybe Eden is Earth, you know, and we were the gardeners of Earth to look after Earth and the animals and each other in Eden. And then a snake came, a serpent, you know, and deceived us all. And now people want to make concrete jungles, you know, cities. They want to bring all this synthetic stuff in, AI and all this stuff. Some stuff is good. We need to evolve with some stuff. But We've been deceived and distracted. So people are getting less empathy for people and for the earth and for the animals. Lots of animals are, dying out and stuff like that because we're too greedy with other things. Earth is Eden. If you look at different planets, which would be the greenest planet and the lushest planet, if you're thinking about it, of what we know anyway, of what we've been told, green, even though, it's been getting destroyed, but I believe it could go back to being great. Earth is Eden, people. That's what I see as Earth as Eden. No wonder they want to destroy it. Anything good they want to destroy. They want to destroy Eden because that's what God made. So the fallen ones want to destroy it with the people along with it, with the animals and everything that goes along with it. That's why I'm glad a lot of butterflies come in my garden now and a lot of bumblebees because they were on the incline. But the flowers that I have in the garden and someone's made a butterfly garden over the way, they all come in. So that's good. And that's actually a good sign that things are changing as well because I've seen a lot and they've been big, these bumblebees. Peace on this planet will only come when we can all be one with its... Exactly. And that's why I said they keep us fighting against religion and each other around the globe, everywhere. Even, like people talking about Islam and all that, even other people's religions, they're still chucking things at them or doing stuff. I heard something about China today, the stuff they do in China to their people and the Christians and the Muslims over there in China, what they've been doing to them and telling them not to believe this and not to believe that. They're doing it to everyone. It's not just Christians. And then the Christians are going on about the Muslims. And it's getting twisted with everybody because they're trying to make everybody fight against each other. Yes, there's the radicals, the what they call the extremists. Yes, you get them because they're all brainwashed. But basically, they're doing it to everyone in every religion because in every religion, there's snippets of the same truth, but it's all been twisted and turned around. So everyone's like, it's my God, it's my God, it's my God. The God's the same God. It's one. But you call it something different. Fact. But they're keeping everyone fighting because they want us all fighting against each other to destroy ourselves and the planet we live on. Eden. Oh, thousands of ladybirds, not red with black spots, black with red spots. Oh, the other way around. Maybe they were always black with red spots on. I was on top of the mountain in the lakes and a colony of butterflies swarmed on it. Fantastic memory. When was that? We can never really own land as we are merely its keepers and trusted to pass it on to the future generations. Exactly. If the bees die and butterflies die and this lot die and it becomes one concrete world, what can you get out of that? Nothing. Things were given to us, food, water, medicine is all in the earth. Everything's all there for us and it's free. We were supposed to look after it, maintain it, love each other along the way, help each other. But, do you know what I mean? Think of it like that. That's how I think about things. Earth is Eden. We are the keepers. The fallen ones, whatever you want to say. Whoever don't like God's children, if you want to put it that way, which we are. So they want to destroy everything. Earth, they want to bring all this stuff in. And they want to destroy us along with it. So, there you go. Yeah, Earth used to be a stunningly beautiful place as Avatar. I believe that. I believe that's why I love the film Avatar. When I watched it, even when I watched things like Lord of the Rings, all them sort of fantasy things that we think are fantasies, but Avatar especially resonated with me. Even the song I See You in my... whatever the song was. Blue hair. That resonated with me because there was a message in it. And like I said, when she gets buried at the end, as herself, going back into the earth, because we are all one, in the roots, because the roots are connected, and the roots, see, as above, so below, the roots underground are like a mind connect, like in your brain, all your doodads connect up to each other. It's the same in the ground. All the roots of the trees connect. They communicate. I know it sounds mad, people. They communicate. It said that in Avatar. That's what they do. The root systems under the ground of plants and trees, they communicate. Yeah, I can't read that, but yeah. And plants and things have DMT and stuff like that. So everything's energy, everything's one, everything's connected. Connections, they communicate. Just because you can't hear them doesn't mean they're not. It's a community, it's a system. It's a root system. It's like in your brain, they look like roots. You know, if you get what I'm saying. Earth is still beautiful, but it's being ruined. It's being ruined, yeah, and it's being ruined for a reason. But we can make it great again if we know what we are and what we're supposed to be doing, and we can bring that back and start, you know, bringing that back, because people need to be out in nature a lot more, because we are all connected. But you need to connect. That's why they're trying to bring in concrete cities in. You know, everyone like, oh, it's modern. I don't want grass in my garden. I want plastic grass. No, you don't. You can't connect to plastic grass. It's synthetic. It's not an organism. We're organisms like that. You can't connect to it. That is why they do it. That is why these things come in, because they don't want you to connect to something natural. It's synthetic. Like, you can have DMT, you can have a drug like DMT, but it's synthetic, so it's not going to give you the proper, you know, whatever. Yeah, because we have the internet. Don't get me wrong, some things are good because it's helped us. I mean, this is helping us connect, but they don't want us to have anything natural because we are a part of it, and it's magical. And Avatar, the film, you see that high, you see that, and if you watch that film, it makes you think, if you look at it in a different light, wouldn't that be a beautiful place? Even when they killed the animals, when he killed that black dog thing in it at the beginning, if anyone remembers, she said, oh, no, you've got to say, you know, thank you to the animal for, because you've killed it and it's give its life. And it's just a beautiful film. But there we are, the humans, aren't we, trying to destroy everything, even in that film, trying to go after the avatars, trying to bring down the big tree, you know, the tree of knowledge or the tree of life or whatever they were assembling that as. There we were, alien. You know, it's not the aliens that were being bad, it was us, trying to rip everything apart and trying to get the knowledge of the tree and all that sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? They shove it out in films right there. So, you know, makes me just want to go and watch that film again. Yeah, ask the Aborigine people. Dad, you could ask me, couldn't you? As me and my dad always have a joke about something in the family way back, being Aborigine or something. That's why we always laugh in my family, because I've got curly hair and bigger features than my sister and my mum and my dad, and I don't look like them. Just saying, everyone's got a bit of something in them. It's all about the DNA, people. DNA from where? And what's stored in your DNA, peeps? 3-hour Blu-ray. I just love that film, though. I bet you any money, because we've all talked about Avatar, I'm going to have to check the TV and I never watch it. I bet it comes on in the next couple of weeks. I bet you any money. Is that why this woman's got blue hair? I don't know. Don't ask the milkman. No, you can tell, but I'm the one who ended up with curly hair and stuff. So, and full of lips and stuff. So, yeah. What's not for you? If this channel's not for you, you shouldn't be on here. The Eye of Ra. Or Horus, I should say. Yeah, DNA's changed, yeah. No, because I also heard, going to watch Avatar now, yeah, I also heard you can get your DNA checked. This might just be a conspiracy. And, you know, you can find out, people go on about being racist and that, and then they find out they've got all sorts of different DNA. But I've also believed sometimes they take your DNA because they want your DNA. That's what I've got the book for, but I don't need to read it because I've seen a lot of stuff and researched a lot of stuff as well, and I'm looking into it for some other reasons. It's not about mummies and stuff, it's about the ascension and energy and, you know, the electric and ancient technology and energies we had then that were used in the pyramids. Bye, Steph. You know. And the thing is, it's not to tell someone, oh, this is the truth, that is the truth. It's for people to go and research themselves, because also that is a thing people should do themselves. People are on YouTube trying to help people to think different, to outside the box. That's all I'm saying. It is for you to go and research and find your truth, and research because it's interesting. It's better than watching telly. To wake up yourself and come to your own reality of your truth. Avatar 5D Earth, yeah. I don't know what you said. Chat goes quite quick. so I don't know. But yeah. Well, no, because we don't know a lot about our family, but the only one thing I do know is that my surname is Irish, and the name that it means in Celtic meant, because it had an O on it and we had it knocked off somewhere down the line, sons of red eyebrows. So they were supposed to have been like Celts or like Vikings, but then sons of red eyebrows, they obviously had red hair. Makes me laugh because I think of the giants with red hair. Just saying. And then someone was saying something mad about eye colour once because mine are hazel. I don't know. I've got mine regal DNA. Yeah, I think everyone probably has. I think there was something about ours being, and also one of our, I don't know, whatever, if it's true, one of our actual DNA collectors are fighting for the right one. Yeah, exactly, trying to find out what you are. I don't know. One of our crests on our like battle shield or something was the Emerald Isle. An oak tree. I've always liked trees. That's why I like Lord of the Rings. I like when the trees were walking and talking. See, that was saying it there. They were walking and they were talking because they communicate. I've always liked trees, but yeah, an oak tree. Wise oak tree. Ah. Yeah, we all relate to the Anunnaki. Well, I believe Egypt and places around the world, we were actually also Atlantis. Someone was going on about the pyramids with the watermarks coming up to the Sphinx and all this, that, and the other, and it weren't here, but it was down there, maybe because the water was up there, because it was part of Atlantis. There's all sorts of mad things out there. People are just trying to get the truth on everything. Jim Jones people, temple survivors did. I have hazel eyes, but look brown. Yeah, they go green when I get upset and stuff like that. They got blue around the outside. My Dad, have you got hazel? Can't remember. My mum's got grey blue. I think. There was a time when the only way the government got your fingerprints is if you committed a crime. Now you have, yeah, you give everything away. You've got a face recognition on your phones. You don't forget, you're doing the fingerprint recognition to open your phone. All this stuff, some people are like, oh yeah, shit, I forgot. You're giving it all away. You're letting all your information out on Facebook, this, that, and the other. That's why they've got everything on everyone. Because the AI's collected it all. Eye, retina, all that stuff. Go green when I'm angry. Yeah, mine go green when I'm angry or upset, like turn into the Hulk. Yeah, or in jobs to get in the door. Exactly. All these things sometimes you don't think about, and then you realise and you're like, oh my God, you just give you sign your birth certificate for your kids and then they're owned by the government. Brilliant. In capital letters as well, in Hiker. Brilliant. When you learn about that one, you're like, yeah, Hulk smash. Footprint when you were born, yeah. What crap are they pumping into us as babies? Heel prick test. Yeah. Peace, love and light, exactly. Yeah, it is obvious, but the sheeple don't realise. Only when you start to wake up you think, oh my God, I can't believe we didn't know that or whatever. Waxman's another what? My father's what? Here we go again, putting stuff out there and you don't explain anything to anyone. I don't know why you're in it if you're trying to troll. It's about helping people and giving people information and coming from love. You're obviously not, because you're just trying to be like, oh, you're another one. I will talk in riddles but not tell you anything. We're waiting for you to put your thing in chat of your enlightenment to tell everybody, because it's nice to share. So why don't you do that? Have you got a channel up? Can we come over? Why don't you explain yourself in chat? People like other people's opinions. But it's like when people are on Facebook going, oh, something terrible happened. Oh, you never guess what, and then you don't hear from them, and you're like, what? When they don't tell you. Well, it's not why you're here, because you haven't said anything. You haven't actually said anything, really. If your DNA was taken by the police and you didn't do any crime, do they give your information DNA back? I know. Just taking a notice now. I don't need to read because you're not actually putting anything in there. You're just trolling, basically. So I'll forget to give... I'll just won't give you any energy now. Sound like somebody. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big bad bat? Exactly. That's what I mean. What did it say in one of the Q drops? It said, well, not the Q. Was it the Q drop or was it? It was on the chan board. The one about, you know, the one that I love so much because it just has everything in it. Didn't it say in here? And I'm not going to read it all out because you've heard it a million times. But didn't it say in here, which is what I'm trying to say to this person, video today of a man trolling police trying to arrest him for mean tweet. Oh, yeah, they're doing all the mean tweet. It's just stupid. Police, go and do your job. There's people getting stabbed in London and everywhere, and all you're bothered about is people tweeting daft tweets. What they're calling me. Yeah, that, where is it? Didn't this come into it? You need, every one of you, learn to play nice with each other or be left behind. If one stumbles, pick them up. If one asks a question, give them the answer. So this person on here could give the answer, couldn't they? But they don't, so they're just talking in riddles. This is how we grow. There's no more room in the plan for arrogance and self-importance. If you turn one away, you've hurt the plan. If you hurt the plan, you'll be left behind. You know. New big cues. Ooh, can anyone fill me in because I'm on my phone so I can't see them? Read your poem. So let me think where it is. Let me have a look. Oh, I don't know where it is. What did I do with it? Now, what if I actually knew where it was? Like I said, I have that much stuff about. I just don't know. I'm trying to sit. Trying to think where I put it. Let me have a look in here. It's really weird because it's normally in here. I was going to say I have freckles. I have freckles. My baby will sleep. Oh God. I actually really don't know where it is. Which it should be. Oh, hang on, I might have it. I've got it. Yeah, does anyone know what the new Q drops are? Because I can't see because I'm on here. Boards down in it. Oh, is it? Is Italy heading for recession? And ooh, there's lots of things going on. I think I've got it here. I'm going to have to write this out properly. I'm going to stick it on the wall. Waxman looking now. Yeah, he will be. Probably, if he texts me, yeah, he'll probably write it up on here. The Q poem is, if I can find it. Oh, yeah. For anyone who's not heard it, I wrote it the other week in the kitchen. We all came together by the letter Q, picked up the breadcrumbs, researched, and knew what to do. The movement of truth from dark to light, we are all Q, and we, the people, will fight for our freedom, our families, and our rights to live in a world rid of evil. It's all for our kids. So we ride on the Q train with POTUS and R, so let's unite together and shout hurrah. The plan of the elites, sky is falling down, they never thought she'd win, they are such clowns. So the rise of the people, like the rise of the sun, is light to the world to show us the way. Truth is here and it's here to stay. I know. This time will be told for years to come, and for years to come, history we are making, and we were all part of it, and it's been so much fun. We've laughed, we've cried, and we've wobbled at times, but we have stayed strong and stayed on the ride. The time is now, and where we go one, we go all. Patriots of the world, we will win, they will fall. Yee! So if anyone sees anyone else saying that, we all know that it was my poem. What was that? China, new Q, a lot about China, just got a shout out on Soapbox Impressed, laugh out loud. Oh yeah, well we know about China, don't we? I was watching that this morning. Who got a shout out? You got a shout out, Dad. Did you? Yeah. I like that poem. It's like I said, I was a poet and I didn't even know it. It's just me being creative again. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, I made it the other week and I was in the kitchen and it just came into my head and I wrote it down and thought, it's quite a good poem about Q, really. It's a thank you to Q, POTUS and R and that team and everybody else, all the ones that are on the train. Ah, you got a shout out, Dad, you see? Well, I know Yoda come in here and a few other people off Soapbox. We the people 24/7 Soapbox. 2 new Q posts, more big information. Yeah, well, I saw the stuff on China. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll have to print some out and sell them or something, you know, in nice little frames. Yes, I've got hidden talents, jewellery maker and stuff. Yeah, I saw, was it Pence going on about China, you know, how they suppress the people, how they're doing things to Christian and Muslim faith over there. How, well, they're just quite bad, aren't they, really? You know, you only have to go and listen to that speech. We know it's China that have been taking over. The thank you for that. Oh, you're welcome. Yes. Well, I don't watch TV, so I sit and I'm like, what can I do now? Paint? Make jewellery? Write poems? I don't know. Yeah, Manchester Uni students banned clapping in case it triggers snowflakes. I just think it's hilarious. Do you heard of the Afghan giant? Yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah, I did hear about 15 foot tall. I did. Dolly, did you get to see? I don't think so. Yeah, I did hear about the Afghan giant. That's what I mean about the giant stories again. And there was an Afghan giant. He had red hair, and he came out. Yeah, and I think 2 military people got killed, but I think they killed the giant as well, didn't they? So, like I said, when you get researching into stuff, it's mega like mad because obviously these giants were found all over the world, but there was one in Afghanistan. So sometimes that makes me think. We know why wars are made and all this, but also, do they do things in certain areas to keep us not looking in certain areas, if you know what I mean, to take our eyes off certain areas of like what's there, what's been going on there, or like sort of spiritual places or biblical places, like what's really there, you know, truth, like to keep our eyes from not seeing over there. So let's all look over there at that wall that's going on, that you've man-made as well, but let's all look over there, and then everyone won't be looking actually what's going on over there or up there or down there even. That's what I think. What's Barry P's dream? Yeah, they have been doing that, and they don't always tell the parents, which is wrong either way, because yeah, it's wrong. It's wrong. That's what I mean. World gone batshit crazy. US citizens died in China due to the info from Dems, Clinton Feinstein or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. It's just... But yeah. It's just... That's what I mean. Everything on every level is just, wrong information, disinformation. Things have been twisted upside down. That's why I say no one can really say, oh, I'm telling the truth about this, that, and the other, because nobody knows for real unless you've experienced it. Distraction, while one hand does this, the other hand does that evil. Exactly. Look at them again in the Kavanaugh hearing again on today. The FBI go and investigate. What are they shouting out now? Oh no, they've investigated it wrong. Well, they haven't given it out. They should give it out to the people. Yeah, you should. We all want to see it. No. It's the FBI's fault now, and actually, it's the White House's fault. All right, so you wanted the FBI, but now it's their fault, and now it's the White House's fault. Let's face it. She lied. He's innocent. He's innocent before proven guilty. But yours is you're guilty before you're proven innocent. That's the wrong way around, because it's that thing again of being upside down the wrong way around. Oh, do you know what I mean? It's just so wrong. And now they screamed and screamed for FBI. They've got the FBI, and now they don't like it. Well, tough. You know what? Because it's coming. You asked for it, they've done it. You don't like it because you know you're going down. Let's see if Cav gets in votes of 53 and 47. Let's see. Mayor of London Khan, Secretary of State, Javid, UK, national dish, chicken tikka masala. Yeah, nationalism. Yep. Khan's not doing very well at the minute, is he? London's the safest place. Really, is it? Okay. Yep, she's an MK Ultra CIA shill. Yeah, weren't her dad in the CIA? And, she knows Soros and that, doesn't she? Yeah. Oh, yeah, chips and computer. Chinese, the government and that, yeah. That's how they get their people suppressed and everything, because they're doing all that microchipping, eye retina thingy, AI, all that, nicking America's and other people's intelligence and this, that, and the other. They need to suck it up, buttercup, and get a helmet because life's tough. Yep. Now they're teaching our kids how to write same-sex love letter. Oh, for God's sake. I know. Well, there's an actual series or little series thing coming on the BBC about a young boy at school that wants to change his sex to a girl. Like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but there is when you're a kid, because you need to make that mind up when you're older, because your brain's not ready for it. And they are transgender agenda. We haven't got anyone with being transgender, but pushing it on kids when they're young is wrong. And they're putting that out on the BBC this month. Brilliant. Just to get it into kids' heads so they can start thinking that that's what they want to do. They don't need to think about that as kids. It's not something they need to be thinking about younger and younger, but we know that's what they do. So that's brilliant. Yeah. So we can all see it going on. That's what I mean. Once you can see, you can see. Like I said, I am a non. Put your answer in then. Not really interested. Yeah. But they put all this stuff of transgender and all this other stuff, younger and younger and younger. I had a discussion with someone, it was on some other thing, and it said about the dropping the age of consent. And then that woman in America, that judge, was trying to drop it to 12 or something, which is wrong. Because then if that gets in, they'll drop it lower and lower. Probably know you anyway. And a guy said, well, what's the problem with that? There shouldn't be an age. And I was like, what? Oh, so it's all right if they were 3 years old? Know where that's coming from? And they went, yeah. I said, oh, right. So someone went mad and said, oh, right. So if God said kill a baby, would you? And he said yes. And I was like, these people are tapped in the head. You don't know right from wrong. Like, ugh. Ridiculous. No, kids can't be kids anymore. No, that's what I mean. They're pushing stuff, sexualizing kids at young age. Oh, be this, be that. They should be playing and they should be using their imagination, because remember, that's one of the biggest things they don't want us to use, because, That's what they're taking away. And they're taking it away from children, because when you're younger you use your imagination all the time. So really sat in front of a computer and this that all the time is not using your imagination. They don't want you to use your imagination because it's one of the biggest sort of tools you can use, and one of the other things that they want to hide, that that sort of, what do you call it? I can't even think of the word. One of the other hidden secrets they don't really want us to use, using your imagination and bringing reality in to, and all that sort of stuff, but they don't want to do that. They just want to be pushing and stressing kids out of a young age. So you're getting kids that are having anxiety, they feel ill. Some young kids have took their life. It's awful. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they don't need to be thinking about that. They should be playing. They shouldn't be worrying about anything. They should be just doing things that kids do, using the imagination. And it's like Kanye said again the other day. Someone said something about, yeah, there was a kid, a noisy kid in a restaurant, and everyone's like, oh, and the kid jumps on a table and starts going, oh, and all this. And obviously everyone's thing to that is, oh, a loud kid, oh, he's being naughty. You tell them off, get off the table, or they jump on your coffee table and you're like, get down. But really in their mind, when you think about it, because it is hard to say, you shouldn't be standing on there because he might fall off and hurt himself, because everyone's wrapped up in cotton wool. But really, he said, that kid might have been using his imagination. He's jumping up on that coffee table because he's using imagination. He might have thought he was a superhero and he was jumping up, and he was like, but you're like, we sort of jump on it straight away to crush that imagination thing, if you know what I mean. So, oh, trolls in the house just love to troll. That's all they are, pretending they're something they're not. Bye. Yeah, I did. They just come on because they try. The thing is with trolls is that they come from a low energy and they try and think that they can come on and take your energy off you and make you get upset and make you shut down on your YouTube and not talk about what you want to talk about. Well, tough. It isn't going to work. It isn't going to work. Doesn't bother me. Yeah, suppression of critical thinking. Yeah, but that's what they do. Hi, thank you. Yeah, I bet he did stand on a few tables. But you know that thing, because we were ready to jump on him, like, get down off that table. But really, in their mind, you're like crushing there. They might have just jumped up, like, yeah, I'm in the imagination, whatever they're thinking in the imagination. That's what they're using that table as something. But we're very quick to be like, get off the table, you're going to hurt yourself. Because kids today, we wrap them up in so much cotton wool. The way they're going to learn not to touch something that's hot is if they actually did it and then they end up burning this. I don't mean badly, but I've seen documentary of kids in the jungle and people like that, but of different countries. They used to cut with a knife fruit at the ages of like 2 and 3 or even younger, and they know not to hurt themselves because they know how to do it, and they know if they touch the skin with that bit's going to hurt because they're brought up that way. Where I was like, no, don't do that, I'll do it, and it is hard to break out of that. No, don't do it. My son's only 3 and he'll go, when I go, tea's ready, go, I'll open the door, and I'm like, and I go, all right then, but he knows to open it because he did touch it once, not long, and he was like, oh, I said, that's what happens, don't mess around in the kitchen. But he just opens the door and he knows it's hot and he stays away. But we're very quick to jump in and go, no, don't do that because you're going to hurt yourself, because you don't want them to hurt yourself, but the only reason they're going to know it, not to do something, or that's going to do that if you do that, what do you call it, what's the right word, you know what I mean, is by them doing it. But it's very hard. No, we can't have one because I can't, we can't do the thing in it. He would do, because I get a few trolls in here, you get all the people who sit under the bridge. Yeah, YouTube video, hypernormalization, worth watching, political correctness, removal of free speech. Exactly, free speech. They call hate speech, but it's free speech. Yeah, broken down of parenting. It's hard though these days because they've split up families, like I know. They split up families. They're taking, they're stressing families out these days. Samsung something or other, I don't know, rubbish. They're making people more stressed these days with making them work longer and that. So they do get stressed out more with the kids. Kids get more and more homework, and then you've got parents trying to come home, do the tea, clean up, do this, do that. They're knackered, they're stressed. Oh, I've got to sit down and do more. You know, they do more homework than when I was at school. This, that, and the other. It's always work, work, work. To me, they shouldn't be having homework. That's what they're at school for. They shouldn't be having homework. It's all right, little bits of it, like reading and stuff like that. Like all we used to get really was reading and your spelling test at the end of the week. Now they're dumping more and more SAT tests. It shouldn't be like that. They learn enough at school. They're at school long enough to be learning. They don't need to come home with homework. It's all there to depress them and getting them stressed and stuff. And then the parents have to deal with that as well. You know, when they've got things, if they're coming home late from work, I know it sounds a bit daft, but it's not the first thing they want to be doing because they've got tea to put on and clean up with all this stressing that they put out there. And that's a fact, people. That's how I see it. They're sat in school long enough as well, sat down long enough, and then they're saying kids have got ADHD and that. No, they haven't. They're probably bright children that I see them as, but because they're sat in a seat longer these days and not running around long enough and doing maybe the stuff that they want to learn about, like I said, I was really bored in history because, as I said, history is not true. They're getting dumbed down with medicine to make them, you know, a bit more calmer because they're bored. Maybe because the thing that they sat in the class doing they don't want to learn about. But they're sat long enough, they shouldn't be coming home with homework. As far as I'm concerned, they shouldn't be coming home with homework. Maybe just a little bit of reading and spellings. But not all this stuff they do now. All the stress is designed to break up the family. It is. It's designed, that's why there's more breakups in families. People are stressed. You're working longer. You're doing overtime to pay for all this stuff, childcare, this, that, and the tax, because they're putting it up and up and up when we've got free energy. But it's all there for the agenda of breaking down families, communication, traditions, values, to break the families up in all sorts of different, you know, households. You know, so everyone stays depressed and on their own and stuff like that, and that's how it is. That's how it is. Oh, lovely. Why'd you come in here if all you want to do is troll? Why come in? Because you love the love, really. We all love you, really. Kissy, kissy. They have the highest quality of education in Europe. Yeah, exactly. Breaking down society has been ongoing. Yes, it has been going on. Well, it's just part of the plan that's been going forever. You know. They don't want to see people happy. You know, it's like the people that sit under the bridge. Haters gonna hate, 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 hate. Yeah, they don't want to see people happy, people evolving, ascending, whatever you want to call it. Well, give us the answers to what you keep riddling and we'll join in. That's all I'm saying. But you're not. Join in then. Instead of riddling. Stop being the riddler. But it's just interesting. Like I said, I'm not saying anything's true or false. I'm just saying we all know for a fact that history's a lie, or it's been spun, tipped upside down, truth taken in and out. I never did say violence. We didn't say violence, you know. He's talking about a spanner as in a wrench to remove you off the thing. No one said you've been disrespectful, but you're just trying to get my attention. I've just asked you, you're saying things, so why don't you give us the answers and join in with everyone and give your opinion on stuff and, you know, how you believe the universe works. That's what we're saying, but you're not. See, we are willing for you to join in. You've got the I am anon and you've got the I there, so why don't you join in and tell us your opinion on the universe and how you think things work? You know, that's what I'm saying. It's like I said the other day, if people don't like people's YouTubes or they don't like what someone's saying, then they should go to another YouTube channel and go and join in somewhere where someone... Exactly, don't feed the trolls. It's hard sometimes, but sometimes I've had people on and then they've come and talked and then it's been all right. Because it's like, at the end of the day, whatever you say on here doesn't really matter. It's my platform and I'll say what I want. But like I just said at the beginning of this, what anyone believes, whatever's this, right, wrong, whatever. All we're looking for, everybody on this planet, is the truth, and that's all we want. Whether it be, you know, people are going to be upset and stuff. We know this. We know about all the satanic stuff. We know about all that stuff going on with celebrities, this, that, and the other. But we all just want to know the truth. So, you know. I just won't bother. Q just said Israel intelligence, stand down, wonder what that means. Well, they did say they were saving Israel to last. No energy on you anymore. They did say they were saving Israel to last, so, interesting. We know why, though. That's what I mean. Lovely. Well, it's better than, cooking oil. And we're all spitting mad that we have been lied to. Exactly. That's what I mean. Because that's what everyone argues about. Even when you get the trolls in, and they're like, oh, no, this isn't true, all that. Well, none of us really know properly, do we, if you've been lied about from the day dot. You know. If we all come to truth, then we can all discuss it. But this is the problem with people, because people who are arguing and going on, things that get covered up, like some people don't want to talk about conspiracy or that conspiracy, JFK Jr. Like, so I won't say it was, someone did a great video the other day, but they said they're not talking about it again. But that's half the problem. If you don't talk about it to maybe get other people's opinions and just see what people think, that's the problem. You don't talk about it, it gets swept under the carpet, like a lot of things in the UK and globally that have got swept under the carpet with the children. Because a lot of this is to do with the children and our children globally. With all the trafficking and all the horrible things that goes along with that. So that's the whole point. You've got to talk about it, and even if people don't believe in things, it's nice to just talk about things and see where people are coming from, and maybe you'll get your mind changed with different things, or you might see something different, think, oh yeah, that adds up. Oh yeah, that makes more sense. It's all about talking and connecting. Good for you. So that's how I see it anyway. And some people come on here and I think, sometimes I think I know some people, like, Might be at the university where they're not allowed to clap because, it triggers people in a Manchester university, apparently. They're banning clapping because it triggers people. We'll all be clapping when Cav gets in anyway, won't we? So, yeah, I'm hoping, I think they said they're going to vote tomorrow, is it? No, neither do I. They're going to vote tomorrow or Saturday, I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, clap, people. I don't know if I'll be up, so I'll probably see it in the morning. I will be looking out for R, but it doesn't mean he might not be there, I don't know. Getting offended, I think I know. But yeah. It's just looking for energy. Trying to take it away. Or is it vote Saturday? Oh, I thought they said tomorrow. Is it Saturday? Oh. Having mouse problems. I just can't wait. I really can't. We'll all be clapping then. And they'll all be triggered then when we're all clapping. Yep, positivity. Yep. I don't know what it is. Don't know. I'm rubbish. I've had it for about 2 years, so it was the latest one about 2 years ago. I don't exactly know. Oh, is it Saturday? Why did they say today tomorrow then, or have they said it's Saturday now? Hopefully it will be it. They can't let it go another week. They got the FBI. They've got what they wanted, even though they're shouting out that it's not right. Hi, it's not right. It's the White House's fault. Oh, get a grip. But must admit, we do quite well in here. We don't get a lot of people sat under the bridge, do we? You know, when we're talking. So we should. We can find out about these people. You know, you just never know. But that's another thing about energy. People come in, you know, because they like it. People come in because they don't like what people are saying. People come in because they want to steal other people's energy. Other people do it, and I'm talking about trolls, whatever you want to call them, because they want to try and scare people into not talking about something or not being worried about coming on and talking about stuff on their own platform. But it doesn't work with people who enjoy talking to people, and, you know, it's like, I bet this person hasn't got their own platform they talk on where we can all go over and have a conversation, see how they like it. But they're just energy vampires, whatever. Just never know. Could be Q. Yeah, breaking the good energy. It's hard sometimes not to jump in. Sometimes it is hard. That's why I'm saying you know, holding that positivity is thinking, but sometimes you just want to say things to people and they're just firing stuff back because they want you to react, because it is about reacting and breaking your positivity. They want you to get mad. They're saying, oh, you're rude and that. I'm not getting mad. I'm not shouting. It's just like, don't talk in rhyme. Say what you're saying, and, you know, they're saying they are, but they're not. It's like, don't talk in rhyme. Just give us your opinion on it then, you know, I was talking about the universe and that. You talk about what your truth is. Obviously, it must be the opposite. Or their ego's that big because apparently they know everything and they're saying, you know, I don't know much and I'll be enlightened. Well, maybe I don't. We all don't. It's been hidden. And even the people who think they know everything don't know everything. So, do you know what I mean? It's just about starting that path, researching and looking at stuff and being able to think outside the box, basically. One of the biggest things is to get outside that matrix of way of thinking that we've been programmed. As long as you're trying to look at other stuff and trying to think in another way, you're on your way, basically. That's what I see it as. No one can be over anyone saying, oh, this is the truth. Like I said, I'm not saying this is the truth. This is the way I think, but I'm starting to see things. But once you can think outside of that program that we've been programmed into, that's better than nothing. At least you're researching, at least you're looking, at least you're trying to break away out of that slave system we've all been in. Yeah, honesty. I love your complete honesty and expression of things you're passionate about. I am, that's the way I am. If I believe something, I'm not saying it's true, I'm just saying if I believe what I believe, my reality is of what I believe, I'm very passionate about it. That's why I've never fell off the Q train, I've never fell off the JFK Jr. thing. I talk about it all the time because to me, I believe it to be real and I can see what I've been seeing around YouTube and I feel it. It's when you feel it. When people do videos on JFK Jr. and different things, I get very, you know, like the hairs on my arms stand up. I'm like, oh my God, you know, you can tell it's real that way because you can feel it. It's not just thinking it because someone's told you, it's feeling it. I'm really trying to be a good person. That's what it's all about. The box is getting open. Yes, Pandora's box, basically. It's all coming out. Never stop researching. Exactly. Researching is start researching. They've told you something, we'll start researching over it because it's not true. That's the thing about being a good person, though. Everyone thinks, oh, you know, you're positive and that person's a good person. Like JFK Jr. said in a quote, he could be a great man, but he wants to be a good man. There's a difference. Be a good a good man, a good woman is the word of God. To be good is it doesn't mean you're not a good person if you look at someone thinking, oh, someone's so positive, someone's so good, I want to be good. Everyone has ups and downs. Everyone gets dragged back down because that's, you know, the yin and yang. You've just got to pull yourself back up. Sometimes you have bad things happen. You've just got to get back up and do it. Brilliant. You know, and just, it's working on it every day to be a good person. You get things that drag you down, people that drag you down, people that try to take your energy, and you've just got to sort of remember, you know, step back, have a little think, and just get back onto the you know, back into the swing of things, really. You know, don't put yourself down thinking, oh, you know, I was having a bit of an argument with someone today. Just, you know, life is about learning, basically, and that's what it's all about. And as long as you're always thinking, you're striving to be better, and you're Yeah, people do drain your soul. That's why they say they're energy vampires, because you can even be around friends or family and just think, oh my God, this person's always down, or, we all know nothing but willing to learn. Yeah. Cute. Exactly. And, you can come away from some people so drained, because I've had friends who, my mum does it sometimes, they're just always in that low energy, zapping energy off you, um, never seem happy. Everything's doom and gloom. Yeah, there are doom and gloom out there, but you've got to lift yourself up and suck it in, and then do other stuff that keeps you in the high vibration, because the world can be a nasty place, but it doesn't mean you have to dwell in it all the time. Um, if Q, I will lose. Yeah, you're a breath of fresh air and you're a true patriot of the world, not just the UK to the US. Oh, thank you. I just believe in, I have crap that goes on in my life, but you've got to always look at the silver lining and bring your vibrations up again. Because the more, have you ever noticed when you get angry, say your kids have, I don't know, they're just doing your head in, and like, you're like, "Ugh." When you get angry or you're shouting, the next minute you'll go and whack your arm on the door or stand on something, you'll be like, oh God, no, everything's going wrong. And then everything starts going wrong because one, you've shouted it out, everything's going wrong. Because you're getting angry, not looking at what you're doing, you've just hit your elbow on a chair. Then you're annoyed because you hit your elbow at the chair, like stupid chair. And then things start going wrong because you're getting into that negative, and then you might feel a bit drained that day, and then you'll get a headache and so on and so on. So you've had a bit of a crappy day. But if you break out of it, even if you're at work and someone says something you don't like, you go in a bit of a mood, just think, right, that's their opinion. What? Snap out of it. Think of something that you really like that makes you smile. Imagine like you've got a big smile on your belly. That seems to work sometimes. Like if you sat at work, a big smile on your belly, it makes you laugh, sort of thing. Put a smile on your face. You just got to lift yourself back up again. It's not about people always, you might think positive people are always holding that positive energy all the time. No, we're not. We get tripped up, like, and you've just got to try and snap out of it. Even if you have a day of being in dumps a bit, sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need to like gloat a bit, or you know what I mean? But then you've always got tomorrow. So you can lift yourself up and think, I'm going to have a good day. You're going to have a good day in the morning. Set yourself up in the morning, like with, maybe listen to a bit of music, like spiritual music in 432. It's quite nice for music. And just listen to that in the morning instead of switching the news on people. Listen to that. Maybe get up a little bit earlier before the kids. Go to bed a bit early. Get up and just have a cup of coffee in the morning, listening to a bit of music. Maybe sit outside in your garden, wrap up. Just do some things that you don't normally do. But it's all about just, yeah, it's all in your attitude and positive thinking. It doesn't mean because yesterday was rubbish that you have to have a rubbish day or week this week. You just pick yourself up again. Tomorrow I might have a crappier day, but I'll pick myself up. One of the things that's been really bringing me up is people who chat on air. That brilliant with the different things. The JFK Jr. thing's just like proper beacon of hope. Just because it's so, I don't even know what the word is. It's so uplifting and inspiring, and that just shows you that things can happen if you put your mind to something. Great things can happen because it is the greatest plan ever, and will be the greatest story ever told. The proper fairy tale of New York. That's how my mind works. I just think, oh my God, if there's truth about good versus evil, it's right there. So it gives everybody hope. Everybody hope. Yeah, but that's just the way I think, because I think differently. I won't allow myself to live in doom and gloom. There is doom and gloom out there, but some people can be so hooked up on, oh, she did my head in at work. She said this at work. I used to be a bit like that years ago. You are when you're a bit younger. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Don't let it affect your day. Don't come home. Don't start telling your partner about it. Just think, that's their opinion. Tomorrow's another day. I'll go in with a smile on my face. Be nice to them people. Kill them with kindness, because then some people who are a bit haters come to love in the end, because they think, do you know what? This person's being quite nice to me and I've been a bit nasty. And do you know what? I quite like them. I need to be a bit more like that, if you know what I mean. The cabal hate happiness. The cabal hate positivity. Anything that's light, anything that's not in the root chakras, they hate nature, everything. So you've got to be what they hate. And then when we're all what they hate, they can't exist or be here anymore, because we all see the truth. We're all vibing on we're not vibing on the lower vibrations that they are. So, they hate it. So be what they hate, which is love and light, basically. Yeah, kindness is so important. It is. Q will soon reveal their identity. Oh, yep. Yeah, Camelot. I love that. The King of Camelot. Ooh. Yes, kindness is so important. Satanic worship and evil cabal. Yeah. Yeah. They fed on negative energy. Yep, I hear all that. That's why I say I think there's... Oh. Yeah. That's why they say these ley lines hold energy, and there's churches and different things built over ley lines. So when there's people, well, they want people down, don't they? But it works either way. If there's people happy, that's energy. If there's people sad, that's energy. But because they work in the lower vibrations of nastiness, if you want to say, why they want people upset. That's why they want us pumping out with stuff on the TV. That's bad because the earth holds energy. They feed off the bad energy. So that's why there's a lot of negativity about and wars and stuff, because they feed off that. But it can be great again in love, which is what it's meant to be. I think that's what Atlantis was years ago, or whatever you want to say. So I'm going to go before the more vampiric energy souls come in, trying to suck our positivity away. Nearly hit a car salesman today because he would not give me my deposit back. Now it's going to take longer. If I would have been nice, would have got it back sooner. That's what I mean. Sometimes things work against you because you're so fired up to say something and you want to say it, and then sometimes you think, I wish I didn't say that now. But then sometimes it's the opposite, because sometimes you wish you'd have spoke out about something when you sat there and didn't say, which is another problem. So, yeah. Thank you. Q. I know. It's true, though. When I've been in a mood, then I've gone and stomped my foot on something. I've actually got a plaster on my foot because my son dropped a glass on the floor the other day with a drink on it. So I shouted at him. I was like, oh, you're never watching your drink on the floor. It's all over the floor. Didn't realise it had smashed a bit off the top. I stood on it, but I think because I was shouting at him to say, you know, watch it, you've dropped it on the floor, I didn't realise I'd cut my foot open until I walked to school and back again. My foot was bleeding, couldn't understand what had happened, looked on the floor, and this big shard of glass. I'd stepped on it, I've got a split toe. Yeah, because I was in the angerness. Yeah, right foot. I was like, oh. Yeah, frustrating, but you know, I've done that before loads of times, you know, when I've been mad about something and then I've gone past the door with like a cardigan on, and I don't know if anyone's done this, and the door handles caught it and pulled me back, and I'm like, ah! And then you're like, oh, and it's just quite funny when you think about it. Things trying to stop you, slow down, calm down, breathe, you know, I'll pull you back on the door, just slow down and calm down. It's quite funny. People around you make a massive difference. Every time I get mad or something, I shouldn't hurt myself. No. Because your friends, family, like I said before, can bring you down, and if they're not in the same mindset, it's quite hard. And also, it's like I said before, if you're hanging around with people just to betray, 31, synchronicity, 31, 31, is, you know, just to be trendy, whatever, that's daft as well. But, oh yeah, I know the doorknobs. I know, is who you hang around with as well. If you're hanging around with people who just are off lower negativity, it's so hard. So hard. It just means you might need to go out and find new friends and stuff, or, you know, people who are vibing, because obviously you're going to vibe better off people with higher vibes. You have a lot of people, real people have a few really good friends. I mean, they have other friends, but really good friends you see all the time, and like their best friends, because it's what I said, all this Facebook and all this Instagram, oh, look at me with 1,000 friends and all this. Like, no, you don't see all them. You just want more likes to feed your ego and stuff like that. So that's why I never really shout on a thumbs up and all that, even though it's supposed to go with the algorithms and that, which is good, but it's just, you know, whatever. Yeah, so I'm going to go. So, yeah, be waiting for Cav, and where we go one, we go all. And just remember, if you stumble, just get back up. Like I said, when you're a baby, you know, you're learning to walk, you stumble, you get back up, you stumble, you get back up, and then you learn to walk. So it's not always flatlining. So don't look at people and think people are perfect or someone is holding in positive light all the time. We don't. We get down about stuff, but as long as you pick yourself back up and don't let yourself go in the lower realms of those lower vibrations, even if you're having a bad day, a bad week, you know, doesn't matter. You can get back on it. sometimes it's nice to have a bit of a whinge and a bit of a moan, but just make sure you don't dwell on it too much, because you don't want to go in the realms of, you know, lower realms. You want to keep your vibrations high. So that's what I wanted to say. So yeah, thank you. So I'll see you soon. Bye.